Welcome to this episode of the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast for intentional living with me, Iona Mead, here at the Soul Legacy TV Spiritual Business Success YouTube channel. So this is a YouTube podcast, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about money goals. And so this is one of the areas of what I call the Seven Freedoms for intentional living. And so today we're going to talk about financial freedom, and we're going to relate it to the other areas of intentional living, which starts with contribution freedom. So they're connected, those two areas: how you contribute in the world and your money goals, your financial freedom, are definitely connected. And so if you are new to this podcast, every single day I share with you, and I go live and I share about how we can live intentionally as part of our spiritual business and life work balance, our spiritual business success, my spiritual business success. I'm documenting and journaling the journey. And so here is my journal. It's called the Soul Legacy Journal. I'm the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy.com. And here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So everything for me has soul in it. And so I say this is 365 days of your spiritual awakening, which is my spiritual awakenings, our spiritual awakening. When I went through my spiritual awakening, I didn't resonate with life as I knew it. And so I reinvented the experiences that I want to have in life. And so this is one of the areas. And I had multiple spiritual awakenings regarding money. And I talk about it in my journal in this process, but I also talk about it in our co-author book series. I'll be sharing a spiritual awakening story around money. So I say this is a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. And so we're going to be talking about spiritual business success, but we're going to be also talking about your money goals, and we're going to be talking about alchemizing your spiritual gifts so that you can contribute in the world and receive the financial freedom. And if you don't have any money goals and you are in spiritual business, we're going to talk about that and dial that down as well, because I didn't have money goals when I first started out. I went to a seminar by a guy called, an author called T. Harv Eker, and his book is The Millionaire Mind. Millionaire Mind or Millionaire Mindset, whatever it is. Anyway, he has an in-person seminar called the Millionaire Mind Intensive. It's like a 3-day workshop, or a live, like, immersive event. It's an absolutely amazing event. Anyway, me going to that Millionaire Mind, we had to take like a £50 note because I'm here in the UK. And I was homeless at the time and £160,000 in debt, £1,000, not dollars, in debt. And I scrabbled around. I found this £50 and I took it to the Millionaire Mind Intensive, and they were talking about money and I had no clue. And so to even be sat here on this podcast talking about spiritual business success, yes. Talking about spiritual life work balance, yes. But talking about money goals, I would have never imagined. But part of having our spiritual business success is having success in all areas of our life. And I like to think of us as living an intentional life, setting our intentions, and that is what we're going to be doing. And that is what I do every single day, whether I'm live or not. And so, full transparency, if you go down the playlist here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, I've got a daily podcast list, and I'll strip this out into my audio. So if you're listening to this on the podcast platform, Spotify, Audible, or another podcast app platform, I do have this episode on my YouTube channel here at Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. And during over this last few weeks, it's 3 weeks actually, I hadn't actually been on live because I was working on other areas of my business. And I'll share more about that, because part of that is about financial freedom as well, and me contributing and actually being okay with having that spiritual business and life work balance. I don't talk about something that I'm not walking my talk. I needed that balance. And so I was super excited, because if you're not new to me, you'll know on my YouTube channel, and let me just pull up the comments. because I have been busy creating what I call my 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge. And so I did this live, and I do this live on the third week in September annually. So this right now is October, the beginning of October. So I was live doing that, and then I did my masterclass talking about spiritual business and book marketing. And I'm going to talk about all of these things and relate them to my money goals, your money goals. And on that 7-day challenge, the 1 week to create movement marketing media kit challenge, I've created a Google Doc so you can still go through it. And so that spiritual business and that life work balance, spiritual business success for me isn't about just chasing the money. It genuinely is about having that balance. And so I was teaching all week for an entire week at 7:30 p.m. UK time. And I will teach again annually. So if you've actually attended that challenge, or you've watched it, I've had people say to me, especially my co-authors, have said, I'm watching it now, or I've watched it. I had a beautiful co-author be traveling on her travels overseas, and she's in the middle, I got a message today, in the middle of, on her flight to a beautiful place that I want to go to Canada, and sharing with me that she's going to be watching that challenge. And that I love. And so thank you, shout out to you if you watch this. But to create that spiritual business and that life work balance and do an annual challenge on movement marketing, because as spiritual business owners, as light workers, as authors, entrepreneurs, as healers, it's not like, oh, well, we love the marketing and this is my marketing. And I've seen people dipping in and out, and that's just me showing up. So I get this message this morning when I woke up, and it just lit me up, because during this last 3 weeks that I haven't been on, I've still been practicing the 7 areas and that spiritual business and life work balance, but doing a challenge that is there to be absorbed and watched and taken action on from anyone who resonates with starting a movement. Is just absolutely epic. And so I want to talk about and dive into the money goals for this episode, and I want to see where you are at with your money goals and what you're willing to do and how much time you're willing to spend in your spiritual business. And then I'll talk about the process of, we'll talk about our vision for our money goals, our finances. We'll talk about our values around it. We'll talk about our vibration. This is what I usually do. I'll pull a card for us towards the end of this episode. We'll wrap that up. We will express gratitude from Keepers of God. We will express gratitude, and then we'll play what I call the salt income game. And so this podcast has a format, and we're setting intentions throughout the week and reflecting, etc. So I will go into those if you're not new to me. This podcast is based on my vision, and I share my journey of what I've been manifesting and how I'm manifesting that spiritual business success and that spiritual business life work balance, and how I am living intentionally. And so starting with the money goals is great, but it goes back to the 7 areas of our life for that spiritual business and life work balance, meaning I call them the 7 freedoms, the 7 freedoms frequency, the cheers to financial freedom frequency for living an intentional life. And so I talk about contribution on Mondays, health on Tuesdays. This is another challenge that I actually do. So I do 2 challenges on my YouTube channel, and they're both 7-day challenges. I think they're lit. People that attend them, that actually watch and pay attention, that's my movement. So I'm teaching about movement marketing, but my actual movement is this. And so it's 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board to create that life work balance. And so the login details are www.soullegacyacademy.com/courses/vision board. You won't see that on my like a link to that. It's a private invitation. You're here. You can go. You'll see it in the links in the description and the cards, etc. That vision board challenge has these 7 areas that I talk about living an intentional life. So they're essentially intentional living vision boards, right? And so we talk about, again, contribution, health, emotions, environment, relationships, spirituality, and finances. We take an entire week to dive into your vision, because your vision is absolutely everything. And some people go through this really quickly. They're like, oh, okay, I can't really be bothered. I'm just doing it for Iona. You're not doing it for me. You're doing it for you, and you're doing it for the universe. Now, if you've done this vision board challenge, let me know in the comments. And if you want to do it again, do it. And then if you want to do it with me, I do it annually on the second week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time. Now, I had someone ask me, why do I do like 7-day challenges? It's an entire week to carve out time. And I know that some of you will be like, well, I wouldn't host a 7-day challenge. But when you've got your money goal and you've got a vision of how you want to contribute and what your movement is, you'll have your own framework. My framework is to do annual challenges rather than pop up, pop down, and have that spiritual business and life work balance. And that giving an entire week. So my movement marketing media kit challenge was on my vision board, right? And it's manifested. And we had an amazing time. It was epic. And people said that it was epic, right? But when you're watching on replay, it's like, oh, it's not as fun. So that's why I say, come on with me live. I've posted the replays in what I call the Global Networking Hub at the Soul Legacy Academy. And I have a monthly call for not only co-authors who are sharing their spiritual awakening story in my co-author book series, sharing a story about these areas. So for me, my money goals were about doing my co-author book, launching the book, a co-author. So that's like us having a way to share our story. But books in general are just epic. And so I'm teaching my co-authors to create a passive income stream around their book and to actually create a movement and a course and their services around their book. It's just absolutely magical. And so it's a real honor for me to put on my vision board, okay, well, I want to start a movement. And then when I've been downloaded the way to start a movement, actually give it back and to support others in their money goals as well is just absolutely phenomenal. So if you have not done that vision board challenge, I suggest doing it, because this daily live and this intentional living makes more sense. If you're a student of mine, if you're a co-author or a student of mine, then I have a 2-hour monthly coaching call as well. And so I do a 7-day challenge, and then I strip that out. Again, my spiritual business life work balance on my vision board was these areas of me contributing, but actually having that life work balance. So I do my challenge live. This was my vision. We're talking about our vision for our money goals. What's your vision? Because when you've got a vision for money and it's out of alignment with your values, you're not going to be at the vibrational match to it. So this, in living intentionally, is about having that vision, but be living, literally making choices in alignment with your values in your spiritual business. And for me, if it's not a balance, then I'm not doing it. So I'm on in those weeks, but then I'm off for an entire year. So I don't have to do my movement marketing media kit challenge for another year. So I did streaming on my YouTube channel here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success, without it. And then I did live Q&A. So I did 90 minutes streaming, and then we had an hour of Q&A. I think that's epic. So it's like, I did do a little bit of prep beforehand, but not crazy. My mind map was jumping all over the place. I wasn't able to do as much prep as I would have done because my mind map was jumping. My map wouldn't let me alter as much as I would have. So I didn't do that much prep. So maybe 3 hours over the 7 days. But what I did say, and what I shared with one of my students, is that doing a 7-day challenge, you can do whatever challenge you like. I've done a 7-day challenge or whatever time frame you like. But there's 90 minutes that people, again, I wanted to grow my YouTube channel, 90 minutes where my students and subscribers, viewers, watched every single day, right? And I have this vision of a movement. And so I was talking about movement marketing, meaning that once you have this vision on I talked about the dancing guy to start a movement. There's a YouTube channel, a YouTube video on a dancing guy starting a movement, and this guy was just dancing, being himself at a festival, and then other people came to join him, and then some people moved away, and then one person stuck. And they talk about in the video, it's a TED talk, and he talks about that the person that danced with the guy and stayed with him is the movement maker, basically, and the leader. I call movement maker the leader. And so our job for our spiritual business is to have that vision of having, I believe, is of having movement makers. Like, because we've got a spiritual business and we want to launch our business, our money comes through the people that we're serving. And so money's not just gonna, like, just because you start a business, oh, money's coming to me. One, my audience, my soul tribe, they're not lovers of marketing. And two, they've got money blocks. So if you've got money goals and you've got money blocks, it's about being in alignment with the vision that you have, that's in alignment with your values, and being a vibrational match, right? And so here on the Seven Freedoms Intentional Living podcast is that way of talking out, journaling out, and that's what I've been doing. So I did this 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge. Absolutely loved it. Had students and viewers watching 10 hours each on my YouTube channel. I've got goals to grow my YouTube channel. It was epic. It was tiring. People were like, gosh, but building that relationship and then making an offer of, okay, what's the next stage? And all week I was talking about my masterclass, which, if you've not seen it, it's on my YouTube channel. In the channel trailer, you can click to get notified to come live with me, or you can register for the replays and the bonuses and start a Bank 50K in 50 days challenge with me. We do it vibrationally first in our journal and our vision, and send that vibration out into the universe daily. And then we playing the soul income game, and then I teach you how to do it in the physical world, banking 50K in 50 days. And I know that many of you do not believe that you could bank 50K in 50 days, but other people have banked 50K in 50 days vibrationally and in the physical world. And so the spiritual business book marketing on YouTube masterclass, right, is connected to my book, and it's called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch. I've got ring lights, a soul guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. Now, money goals for your spiritual business and having that spiritual business and life work balance, positioning yourself as, what I say, an author and authority on your topic. That is some of the things that we talked about on the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. Being an author, being on YouTube, getting featured in the media. That media kit challenge was for me too. And so I have been, since then, not being on these daily lives, applying to be on podcasts. I got asked to feature on a YouTube channel, a YouTube podcast on Friday. I'm like, oh, yes. And I will write articles, etc. I will be positioned as an author and authority, but also doing these daily lives. And so this daily live is the vibrational essence into that helped me manifest the physical. And so many people ignore that you've got to be in vibrational harmony. It's not just about the action that you're taking for your money goals. And so I had this on my vision board. So if you don't even have your book on your vision board and you want to be an author, why not? And so if you don't have the areas, I call them the seven freedoms, if you don't have those areas on your vision board yet, or you're not really living in alignment and making actions and choices according to that vision, according to that timeline, according to the version of you, then you might think that manifesting doesn't really work. And so having this on my vision board my book, and being here with you, sharing it, like holding it in my hands, like literally holding it in my hands, is just absolutely epic for me. But all that went into that was the idea of me having that financial freedom and that goal for financial freedom, and having a vision of how I wanted to contribute and how I wanted to be in alignment and be. This word came up so many times in the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge from my students, was, and my co-authors, integrity and authenticity, more so authenticity. And I'm like, if you have money goals and you have money blocks and you don't like marketing, how are you going to build your spiritual business and have that spiritual business life work balance and have that spiritual business success? This is where I want to unpack this. And so I was saying that in the Soul Legacy Academy, I actually have a 2-hour monthly coaching call. There's information within the Soul Legacy Academy to talk about spiritual business life work balance and to walk you through managing, because people say I don't have time. That's a poverty consciousness. Managing and making the transition from poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness, and knowing that you've got loads of time, you've got the exact same amount of time as everybody has. Like, if you're not manifesting and you haven't manifested that life work balance, then we just redesign your life so that you feel like you have that. And if in the physical world that you can't do that, you can do that in the vibrational world, right? So that the universe will show you the way to have things fall away from your life, so that it opens up and it expands into the version of you. And when you know about manifesting, you'll know that sometimes it doesn't, manifesting your money goals doesn't necessarily come in a straight line, but it does come through people, it does come through business. So when I did the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, I had two of who are already my co-authors anyway. So they're already students of mine. So I'm really excited to help everybody write their books. So one person had already, I had about 6 people on live, like, consistently. And I think 5 of them were already, or had just bought my book. I'd sold 2 books on there. And so next year I'm visualizing the fact that I did it was amazing. You start from where you are. I know that sometimes it's like, and it talks about doing spiritual, being a spiritual YouTuber from scratch. And so I wanted to document my journey of starting from scratch. And it's not literally scratch for me, but not having a massive audience, not having massive, subscribers and all the things. Sometimes you don't show up necessarily or like feel worthy of asking for the money. I'm like, absolutely, get the book. There's a 5-day course inside of this book for you. It's valued at $55. Now, tomorrow, so my money goals and having that spiritual business and life work balance was me having this vision that's manifesting. It already manifested, and I had to blow up the model to be more passive and to be more self-study. But it's manifesting, and I offer the 5-day coupon code for my course that goes in my book. It's called the 5-day fast track movement marketing model. And seeing my students register for that, I'm like, wow. And because it's all self-study, it's all passive income streams for me. And so, in fact, I had said, one person bought the Kindle version and one person bought the paperback. Again, passive income streams, my money goals. And one person paid for the 5-day challenge. That is a gift inside this book. I'm like, what are you doing? So she's like, just write it off. If you can't figure it out, just pay for it. Love that attitude. Love it. You know who you are if you're watching this. I'm like, really? So it was just really beautiful. And so that the passive income. And so I received it and didn't expect. I was like, I'll take it. And then I have the masterclass, which is a 4-hour masterclass, which I call my enrollment spot. So basically, I'm saying that spiritual business and life work balance, the model that you have, I teach spiritual business book marketing, and to have that spiritual business book and the business model that you actually want. I love my business model. Like, you can use it, you can use the framework. If you come to my masterclass, I have several downloadables. I have several bonuses. I have video training in there. I have a 1-page plan. I have my 6 steps that I'm actually using to be here with you. I love it. That is literally set on autopilot. The only thing that I haven't done is set up the autoresponder to remind you guys to get on there with me. That's the only thing. I'll walk you through the bonuses, which I will do through active campaign. And so I will make a note of that. So yeah, so coming to the masterclass, I make an offer. I didn't even get all the way through my masterclass. And I was like, okay, if you guys want in, the next passive income stream that I talk about for the Bank 50K 50 Days Challenge, I say, what are your numbers? When you come to that masterclass, you'll know that there's a homework in there. And I know that many of you won't do it. You're like, it's too long a training. I don't know. I'm busy doom scrolling on social media, whatever. The Bank 50K in 50 days, if you do your maths, you'll then know, okay, well, when I contribute, this is how many students, readers, subscribers, what have you, that you need, or retreat attendees, whatever, in order to hit your money goals, right? So if you actually have money goals, and you'll be able to do that, set your money goals with me as a result of going to that masterclass and doing the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. It starts in the vibrational world here with me, but also in the visible world. And again, I am here because I have students in the Soul Legacy Academy that are going through my masterclass, and now my mastermind, I've opened it. I wasn't going to. I'm like, okay, I'll open it. Beautiful soul sisters signed up, and another one will be signing up and coming in with me. Fingers crossed. I say that. But it's just really beautiful. And so people will tell you in the industry that you need to build a list. And I say build a legacy. And so people say the money's in the list. It's like, the money is not in the list. I could give you a list of 1,000 people right now. What would you do with them? How would you work with them? How do I know which people to send you to work with? Like, are you going to speak to those people? Like, all 1,000 might not want to work with you, but can you speak into a soul tribe around like your soul niche and speak to the soul clients that you want to serve? When you have a list and you don't even know who's on that list, or how you're speaking to them, or how you're serving them, in the back end of your business is not even in alignment. I've got a lot of this going on today. Not even an alignment. How does that even make sense? The money is not in the list. The money is in transformation. It's a fair energy exchange. And I'm quite tired of people saying that in the industry, that the money's in the list, and having this 1% conversion rate. Now, I had at the most 6 people live with me on my movement marketing media kit challenge. I had consistently 4 consistently, 3 mostly, but anyway, and I still managed to enroll students from that. And so what it looks like for oh, I need a gazillion people, or I need this, in order to get a client from a list, one client, you need 100 people at a 1% conversion rate, right? And so that, to get a client, and so to get 10 clients, you need 1,000 people. And I always say that when people are teaching you, download my ebook or my checklist or my what have you, do you know how to get 1,000, 2,000 people to that landing page to opt in? 1,000 people, but 50% conversion rate, 50 people, 50% bounce out, 1,000 people go onto your email list. Do you even know what you're going to say to those people? Do you even know who those people are? Do those people know who you are? Are you hiding behind closed doors? What are you saying to those people? Are you getting on camera? Like, do you have the button to buy my stuff? That's what they're saying for the list. Do you know what it takes? How many touch points? How many conversations? How many emails? Do you have all of those set up? Do you have the email autoresponder? Do you have the website? Do you have the why would they buy from you versus buying from somebody else? Right? So when I teach you on the masterclass, I teach you the shortest path. I teach you to do 50 breakthrough sessions that serve the Bank 50 Day Challenge. You are doing breakthrough sessions one-on-one and then enrolling into a group program, right? And getting testimonials for your one-on-one so that you can see what it is that you actually do in the world, so that you can believe that you can do this and build a spiritual business and have that spiritual business success and not have that fear of failure and not have that fear of selling and not have that fear of success, right? Did I say that fear of failure, success, and selling, which I had, I do not no longer have. And so the money goal and coming to the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, doing this, getting your business, and the more that I talk to, so when I did the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, I did one-on-ones, and I offered the spiritual business book and course creation breakthrough sessions for those who are active. It actually came about from somebody saying, well, are you going to give your co-authors one-on-one? And I had thought about it, and I'm like, actually, no. And so for the co-author book series for season 1, there's a really great offer. So I'm like, no. And so I said, well, I'll do it for people that are engaged in the during the week. And I teach you guys to start your YouTube channel from scratch with 7 videos and a book and a journal, right? And so loads of people are on the different social media platforms, just posting as a strategy and never making an offer. And so my 1-page plan shares with you how to educate and relationship build. So anyway, I've had 4 sessions. The person that I'd actually said did actually have a session. We didn't end up having a follow-up call, but she did have a session, and I asked for a testimonial. You guys have been absolutely amazing. My guys are amazing, super talented. And so I had 4 sessions. Yeah, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Is it 5 sessions? 4, 5? I can't remember. Hang on 1 minute. 5, I think. 5 sessions. I can't count. 4 sessions. And so and I've got follow-ups included. Yeah, 4 sessions. And that's like 4 people. And so making an offer, I still had students, right? And so when you think of the money's in the list, and I'm saying to you, the money's not in the list, and the more conversations that I've had is understanding where you guys are, as in that believability of what it is that you do, or that fear of being judged, fear of being seen, or fear of like comparison, or like not having the structure or the clarity of what it is that you do, even though you're super talented. The money goals then are not in alignment if we don't know how we're contributing, or if we're not looking after our health and living intentionally, or if we're not managing our emotions. We're like, we've got this spiritual business and we know that we can contribute, but like we have this fear of contributing and receiving the money, or like we're not in environments on a daily that we want to be in. We kind of just stuck on social media posting because that's what everybody said we should do. And for our spirituality, like, oh yeah, we've got our cards, we've got our modalities, we're meditating, we're doing our yoga, we're doing our whatever, or sometimes we're probably even not, even though we're telling everybody else that they should be doing those things. And again, for the money. So whatever situation that you're in and you want to build your spiritual business and you want to build your life, I would say start with, because people go, I don't know, where do I start? Money goals. Having the money goals for your spiritual business means that when we do the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge, you're looking at your life and dissecting it. And when you're contributing in a certain way, you're contributing a certain amount of hours each week and each day, each month, each year, and you're receiving the value back for the energy, for energy exchange. And there are many people that don't want to do a lot in exchange for a bigger, higher amount. So I always ask everyone, what is it that you'd like to earn? But the version of you that's earning that, do you know what that is actually going to take? Are you willing to do it, basically? And so for me, on my vision board, I have $1 million a year framework. And when I say to people, when I explain to people, like I've been dating and stuff, and when I've explained to people over time, and they say, what you do, and blah, blah, blah. And I say, and they go, because I work different hours, because people all over the world, I wanted to go global. So my hours reflect that in my spiritual business. So when you're building your spiritual business, if you want to go global, you can't out time zone people. There's quite a few people that are coming to me from Australia. I had a beautiful, oh my gosh, I'll talk about it more on Spiritual Freedom Saturday. I had a Relationship Freedom Friday. I had a beautiful conversation with a lady from Australia. Shout out to you if you ever watch this. She probably won't, because she's doing her own things. And she talks about spiritual waking. That's the lady that asked me if I wanted to feature on her podcast. Epic. It's just really, really amazing. Anyway, she's in Australia, and she's going to become a co-author of mine, and we're going to collaborate, right? And so that power, that vision of collaborating. And if you have a spiritual business and you want to collaborate, or you want to go global, what do your hours look like in your spiritual business? I said to her that I'm teaching my co-authors to write their own book, write and publish their own book, right, as my gift, right? Because that was part of the vision. And so I said, we're going to do it on a Sunday. Like, we're going to go teachings and Q&A, teachings and Q&A. And she's like, okay, what time? And I've got a couple of people in Australia. And I'm like, okay, what time's good for you? And we're trying to work out the time. I'm like, I'll just do 2 hours, because I really want to add that value. Am I willing to do that? It's only temporary. It's only like 6 Sundays or something. Can I do that? Yes, because I'll take that teaching, then I'll repurpose it and I'll put it into my mastermind. And then give it to co-authors for the next season. So at a different price point. So my money goals, sometimes when we don't necessarily have, we're not in alignment with the money goal, like we can't see it, we don't believe it. Sometimes we don't break it down that next step and just do that small thing. And then the next thing, and then the next thing. I can't see any comments if you are commenting, and wherever you are. So say, hey, this is actually live, because I can see people dropping in and out. So when you're breaking down your money goals, sometimes when we're like so fearful of receiving money in our spiritual business and we don't feel worthy, it's because our vision is so far out, and then we're not in alignment with that next action. And then that next action. And I always say, and I've been saying recently to my co-authors and students, like, I just got this. Everybody does want to write their own book, or they've been writing a book and they've gone with a traditional publisher. And then they've still realized that they have to market and show up anyway. So writing their own book. And so for me, it's teaching my co-authors to write their own book and break down the actual business. It's really helped me, because I have been guided, and I was like, do I have to teach people to write their own book? And the answer was downloaded, yes. And I was like, the teaching's out of my mastermind? The answer was yes. And I was like, you crazy? And so I was like, okay, well, so what does that look like? Do I have to put the Soul Legacy TV Press, a public and publish YouTube promotions agency, on everybody's book? Because that's like for mastermind. It's like, no. I'm like, I can do it then. And so that then will go back into the mastermind, and it will probably be a bonus for my boot campers next year, because it's valued at thousands. But instead of thinking, well, this is just for masterminders and hoarding my knowledge and my gifts, I'm sharing it. And so when you have money goals and you're generous, so this book, I got to number 1. It was on my vision board, right? So if you haven't created a vision board, you want to create a vision board with me. It was on my vision board, and I had the cover of it on my vision board, right? So I visualized myself as the number 1 best-selling author. I only had the outline. I had the outline. No, I had the title for the chapters, 11 key principles, right? And how to start, build, and grow a successful online spiritual business on YouTube, right? And then the universe gave me the way to get this book on Amazon, yeah, launch it, get to number one, 7 categories in 7 days, a year before I wrote it on pre-order. And so that's the secret sauce that I'm teaching, because there's some of you that are sitting writing the book, or you've got a book half written and you don't know how to publish it, or you've taken years to write this book. And it's not even always that it's with the reader in mind. It's like, I've got a book and I just want to write it. That's not the way that publishing works. Like, you're not going to go to Amazon and buy a book that somebody's just talked about themselves because they want to just talk about themselves. I want to connect with our soul tribe, our reader, as a spiritual business owner. And to have that spiritual business success, we want to be positioning ourselves as an author and an authority, right? So you've been on here with me for a while, so do comment. I don't know, like, if you're watching in the Soul Legacy Academy, I can't see comments, but wherever you are watching me, comment and engage. And if you're watching on the replay, comment and engage. It's beautiful that you're spending time with me, but I can't see. And I know that some of you have problems with like the commenting. Come to the YouTube channel. It will say that I'm live, because I am live on there, and then I can pull up any comments and we can engage. I come live daily. And so next Sunday, what I'd like you to do, because you're watching, is come back and let me know what money goals you've set and the actions that you've taken. So let's go through more of the Soul Legacy Journal and the journaling process. And we're going to rate our vibrational frequency today. We talked about vision extensively. Get your vision board done, right? For every area of your life, for your spiritual business, work-life balance, for living an intentional life is beautiful. And so you're setting those intentions. So vision, what are your values around money? Like, how do you want to earn it? If you're building your business and it's we're talking about a spiritual business and list building, it just doesn't go together. It wasn't until I was like, I'm done with the trying to list build. Like, really, I mean, it's not even that difficult, really. If we wanted to build a list, we could. But if it's not in alignment, it just won't work. It didn't work for me. Chaos seemed to unfold in my life as I was trying to do this thing that the gurus and the marketing experts were trying to tell me. I'm like, I'm done with it. And so I wanted to build a legacy. And so when I started to do that, I'm feeling authentic and I'm being in alignment. I'm not shoving you on a list. I'm speaking with you and sharing my journey, right? And so again, I can't see any comments, but this journal, our vision, our values, and our vibrational frequency. So we're going to rate our vibrational frequency. And this is this is Financial Freedom Sunday. So every single Sunday, it's Financial Freedom Sunday. When I do the vision board on the Sunday, it's financial freedom. That's what I talk about. And this is a follow-on. So if you haven't done the vision board challenge, this is going to make more sense if you do. And I'll leave it in the cards, in the description, etc., for you to go through. It's a free challenge. It's on my YouTube channel here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Ione. Start there, because manifesting means that you are clear. A lot of my students don't have clarity, and you might not have clarity on any of the areas of your life. Like, I don't know what I want. Like, well, the universe is going to give you what it doesn't know what you want, right? And so you're going to emit the vibration of your finances. And so in Soul Legacy Journal, every single day, we rate our vibrational frequency. So again, it's financial freedom frequency. It's Financial Freedom Sunday. And so we say FF equals a score between a 1 and 11. Now, I talk about this on the Vision Board Challenge, so I won't go into it deep here. But basically, you're rating your vibrational frequency up the emotional scale, because we know that's the law of attraction isn't just attracting, it's the law underneath is the law of vibration. The energy that we're emitting, that is what we're attracting. The energy that we are emitting. It's not just we're looking out there setting intentions, oh, well, I'm attracting all of this stuff, or you don't understand what you're attracting or why you're attracting it. Your thoughts, your feelings, your habits, all those things, the things that you're speaking and the actions that you're taking. It's the vibration that you're emitting, especially around money. If you've got money blocks, you're emitting that vibrational frequency, right? And we want to stop it. Like, we want to like go, hold up, let's reverse, let's be in alignment. If you know that you are talented, which I know you do, you've watched me for this long, then you know that you can add value to the world. You know that you're here as a light worker to add value to the world, right? I know you do. I'm looking right at you. You do know that. So therefore, it's about you getting in a vibrational alignment with the vision. And so that's why I say, why would I need the money? Oh, I don't do what I do for the money. But your lifestyle depends on it. So your health, you're like, no, it doesn't. Yeah, what you eat on a daily, are you eating the foods that you want to eat? Like, do you feel the way that you want to feel on a daily? Or do you feel like worried about money? Or do you feel like, oh, I can't pay these bills, or I can't go to that place, or I can't invest in blah, blah, blah. Or say you wanted to come into the Soul Legacy Academy with me, into my mastermind, right? And you're like, I can't afford it. Or you can't be in that environment because of money, or the relationships, like where you want to go, what you want to do, the legacy that you want to leave your loved ones. That takes money. The houses that you want to buy, the experience, the holiday, whatever it is, right? And so pushing money away is not the answer. Anyway, so we want to rate our vibrational frequency. Do this with me today. Rate your vibrational frequency in terms of money. So when we take the 7 freedoms. So every single day we're journaling. I know you know the power of journaling. I don't have to tell you. I know you know the power of visualization. So I don't have to tell you that. We're doing both on a daily basis, right? And so if you're a student of mine and it's a Legacy Academy, and this is the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast, I have the 7 Freedoms Frequency call in gym. It's a 2-hour monthly coaching call around this. So when you rate your vibration daily, add it up for the week, and then come to the coaching call, and I'll coach you around this. All right. And it's my gift to you. So I gift my students and my masterminders an entire year of coaching. That was in alignment with my values. That was in alignment with my vision. All right. So my score for today is an 11 around my financial freedom frequency. So the vision that I have on my vision board. And so it doesn't mean to say that the whole world has to change and I have to earn $1 million like yesterday. But am I doing the things that would then have me reach my financial freedom goal? Are you doing the things in your spiritual business on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, like making an offer? I call it a no-brainer offer for your soul clients to work with you, potential soul clients to work with you. If you're not doing that, it's very unlikely that you've got the spiritual business model that is going to bring you in that financial freedom goal. It just is. It's an energy exchange, right? So rate your vibration between a 1 and 11. 1 is a soul funk, meh. That's how you're feeling. Or 11 is like, yes, like I'm in soul flow, I'm being guided, because the universe does not want you to be broke or busy or burnt out. Does not make any sense. Like, we don't have to be a martyr about things at all. We're in spiritual business as light workers. We need that money in our hands, going through us and doing great things in the world, including tithing. And so I'm going to talk about the soul income game in just a second. So my scores 1 to 11 for the whole week ended up at 75 out of 77. So imagine you can score 1 all week and your score is 7, or you can score 11 and your score at the end of the week is 77. Now note this down, because as a student of mine, right, the first Monday of the month, note this down in your diary. The first Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. Apologies if it's not a great time for you because you've got a job or you've got a business or you're caring for somebody or time zones. This is the time that I work. It's 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. UK time, the first Monday of the month. Clear it in the schedule. It's 12 times in a year. I gift students, when you come to the masterclass, I will share with you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high paying soul clients online with ease, grace, and flow. And so you do it with a no-brainer offer. That is me gifting my time an entire year of coaching, spiritual business, and life work balance. That's why I'm talking about it. So on your diary, mark in, right, the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time, so that you can come and work with me if that resonates with you. First Monday of the month at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. UK time is where I gift that time. All right. And I will share with you and I will coach you. There is not a coach out there on the planet that has that spiritual life work balance enough to show up daily because they care and actually walk their students right through it. I will teach you the model for you to do it for your guys. and actually love marketing, because this is me marketing, actually love having a conversation, actually love serving, but actually being generous instead of just doing things for free when you've got your money goals, like doing it intentionally for free, like a bonus, like a no-brainer offer. For me, that's a no-brainer offer. And on my masterclass, I said to my guys, like, if you want this bonus, come to that masterclass and say you want it. Like, say you're going to enroll either in my 5-day, my 12-week bootcamp or my 12-month mastermind. You only get it if you enroll on that day. And I actually have an orientation into my program tomorrow. And so when I was on the masterclass, I had students then say, yes, I'm in, and they've stayed true to their word. And I love it. And so we have this orientation. And again, I will share with you how you can continue the journey on with me. Having money goals is great, or maybe you might not feel like it's great. Having money goals is, oh yeah, I can work with people, I can do blah blah blah. But not receiving that money means that you've got to have another means to live, and with the cost of living going up, and that's either other people or a spouse or government assistance or a job that you don't want to do or whatever it is. Like, I've done all of those things, and it sucks when you're not in alignment and your soul is screaming at you to build this spiritual business and build it in a way that you can receive the money and you don't know how. That for me is what I want to change. For as many of you ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, entrepreneurs, light workers doing our work in the world, right? And so that's why I say come to the masterclass. You can watch it free on my YouTube channel here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success Planner. Coming and registering in there means that you get to do the homework. It means that you get to do the downloads. You get a free chapter, 2 free chapters actually. If you don't have my book, if you haven't got my book, why? But there's 2 free chapters on my book in there on that masterclass, right? And there's also a book club. I would love you guys to come into the book club and actually body up. And I know that many of you are actually sharing with others the book. Thank you. And so come into the book club we've got on Telegram and on Facebook. I love Telegram, to be fair. So if you come into the Telegram group, like, I love that. And so come in and then share what chapter you're on, what you're reading, how you're reading it. Engage with me. I will be in there with you. And we have other authors as my co-authors publish their books. Well, they'll be in the book club as well, if they want to, sharing their books. So you can get like the first sneak peek of books that are on pre-order. I want to have a community of authors who actually are in alignment with their money goals and taking their readers out of their books and into their world. So again, there's a 5-day challenge inside the 5-day course, and the coupon code is in the first chapter waiting for you. I love it. Do you love that? So I'm in Vibrate, and this is me manifesting that on my vision board. And you know when it's a manifestation, when you didn't know how you would create it, and it's more than you could ever have dreamt of. Like, more than you could ever have dreamt of. I love it. So note that down in your diary, because I know that some of you guys go, I don't know, like, when it is. I don't know, like, I don't know the time zones. My stuff is consistent. Last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. Let's go. Right. And so there's so much stuff in there. All right, let's play the soul income game. So this journal, so you see I've got my book and I've got my journal. I teach you guys to write your book and actually have a journal that matches. So this is my journal, like, that matches my co-author book series, talking about spiritual awakening. And so this journal is magical. And as I was going through my spiritual awakening, my dark night, trust me, this was not pretty. I was behind closed doors, as I mentioned, bankrupt, £160,000 in debt. Like, no joke, my home repossessed, bankrupt, all the things. Like, I'm going to share some of the stories in the co-author book series, and I know that some of you guys will share stories. And I want to see actually where my co-authors, apologies. So that's me with my alarm talking about our monthly call. We've got our monthly community call in the Global Networking Hub for Soul Guided Influencers, a Media Kit collab call for co-authors and for others who have a media kit and you want to learn to start a movement with it. So I've got a couple of notes I want to put on for our monthly call. Anyway, This journal gives you £1,000, dollars or euros every single day. And so if you have money blocks, but you want to have money goals, like you want to replace your income, or you want to just have an income, so play this money game with me. And so whoever was on here, unless you're bouncing back, you bounce out as soon as we talk about the money. On here for the longest time, I've been on here nearly an hour, been on with me the whole time, and bounce out for money. Watch that, because this is vibrationally first. Unless you've gone to go sign up for something or buy my book, that's fantastic, right? So if you come back, like, really? Don't bounce out because of the money. So this journal, this journal gives you £1,000, dollars, euros every single day for you to spend in vibrational money. And I want to know what you're spending the vibrational money voucher on. And do you know what? I haven't even spent my vibrational money. Oh, you snooze, you lose. If you don't, I can spend it by the end of the day. But because I had a break, so every single day you get £1,000, dollars, or euros. So you tithe 10% to a worthy cause. My worthy cause is called Compassionate Friends. It's a charity for bereaved parents, because I am one. I dedicate my work to my son. And so I tithe my time to Compassionate Friends, and I also tithe my money and I tithe my time to Compassionate Friends. And so one day a week I have a one-on-one grief companion support, and that was on my vision board, and it's manifested in just such a beautiful way. A lot of synchronicities, and just being able to do that 10 years after my son passed is just, no money can buy that. But you type 10% to whatever your worthy cause every single day. We're being in vibrational harmony with it, and then we spend our vibrational money. So I want you to write down in your journal, what would you spend your vibrational money on, right? So, and I know that some of you are like, I don't want to spend that money. But if you don't spend the money with soul client income, how are you going to receive the money in your spiritual business? Why are you in spiritual business? Yes, to serve, but the amount of effort and time it takes to build a business, a real business, and have a business model, and to be in the vibrational match to where it is that you really want to be in your business. You know, those dreams that you have behind closed doors that you never ever tell anyone, that part. Like, play it, see who you be, spend the money on experiences, soul family influence, soul tribe impact, and soul client income. So if you were to receive that money, £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day, what would you have to sell in your business? What would students enroll in your business? For me, it's my bootcamp, the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, author and authority media program, and mastermind. And the mastermind is 12 months. And so the mastermind is usually 5,555. However, if you come to the masterclass, then I will share with you that I am taking the first 18 co-authors, not co-authors, mastermind is in there for half of that investment. And there's a payment plan. And there's just bonuses, like you wouldn't believe, like a lot. And so, and I teach that to you guys to do a beta, set your price point, and then half it and give that value, and then up it incrementally. Like, just get going. Even for my bootcamp, so when I teach you guys about the Bank 50 Game 50 Days Challenge, it's like, how many do you need? How many of your masterminders or retreat? Because I will do a virtual retreat, and I will teach how to do a retreat as well, how to do a virtual retreat. I know that many of you want to do a retreat, so I'm not putting the retreat on there. When it goes back up, I will do the retreat as well, and that will be included. And so it will be for a select few, first come, first serve kind of thing. The retreat will be a bonus. I've just decided it's not for everybody. The mastermind is the mastermind, however much it is, there'll be a bonus. And the virtual retreat, and I will teach how to do a virtual retreat. So come to that masterclass, do the vision board challenge with me, request to do the movement marketing media kit challenge, and play this soul income game. Now, there's rules around it. You don't get to hoard the money. You don't get to save the money. You don't get to pay bills with the money. you spend it, but you can carry the money over to a Sunday, and after that you've got to spend it on a Sunday. And I normally share what I spend my money on, and I haven't today. And it will be, as I was doing my daily walk, I was like, I want to spend an extensive amount of time in Spain. So it will be something I'll be looking at and doing that. And I am in the UK. Let me see where I'm at with this podcast, because we're coming up for an hour. And so we talk about our vision, we talk about our values, we talk about our vibration, and then we set intentions. So what 1 to 3 intentions would you set around money, like the actions that you might take in order to build your spiritual business model the way that you want to? 1, the action might be come to my masterclass, right? 2, the action might be create a vision board, whatever it is. So I've got the intention. So I said I've got notes for my monthly call, my community call. If you want to join the community, I'd love you to have you in there. Go to the Soul Legacy Academy. You'll see the Global Networking Hub, where both of my challenges are in there as well. And so is the masterclass. Everything's in one place. And so I've got a couple of windows to share. I want to share with everyone how to do the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, and get featured and be visible and take their book on a virtual book tour. And if they haven't written a book, share with them, etc. And so that's one for me. What 1 to 3 intentions can you set around building your spiritual business or money over this next week? So when you come back on Sunday, you'll come back tomorrow because it's Contribution Free Monday, but like coming back to full circle and holding yourself accountable. And again, if you are a student of mine in the bootcamp or the mastermind, and you come to the 7 Freedoms Frequency Call-in Gym, I will ask you if you've been rating your vibration, whether you've come on live with me or not, if you're rating your vibrational frequency in each area, how you're feeling about each area. Like, don't come to the call unless you've been doing it and spending your vibrational money, so that as we do the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge in the visible world, I know that you're in alignment, because that is what it's going to take. You visualizing and being in alignment and acknowledging the journey along the way. So what are the 1 to 3 intentions? And what I want to say is, how are you launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day? If you had more money, would that change? Right? I know for me, my environment would change. Right? And so for sure, but my actual days are pretty lit. What else? The book for today, and then the card, and then gratitude, and then we're done. Right? So the book for today is actually, I don't even have them. Why do I not have that? The book for today is Think and Grow Rich. Right? And so my mastermind is, this is the success journal. We will have, there's a mastermind. This is absolutely huge. There's I will start this again, and I'll start it with my masterminders. So the mastermind version, I haven't read a book for today because I'm going to read it tonight. And so the introduction, so actually the premise and the start of the book, if you've not read this, for thinking and growing rich. So we're moving, my movement is to support you in moving from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. So in the book, they've got, let me do my days, a statement of desire contract. And it says, write out a clear, and you can do this. And I talk about this on my vision board and the Financial Freedom on the Sunday, day 7, for the 1 week to create a balanced spiritual business vision board. So, excuse me, write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire. Name the time limit for its acquisition, Bank 50K in 50 days. State what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. I'm giving you the plan. See on page 40 for Hill's concise instructions for filling out your desired statement. I actually haven't gone that, but I've done this over time. And this is like how I've been able to manifest what I've been able to manifest, and how I continue to do that. And so, so it says, fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. It is not sufficient to say, I want plenty of money. So we've got money goals, right? The definite, and I know you've probably heard of Think and Grow Rich. I'm sure you have, but have you done it? So this is a workbook that actually helps you through it. Be definite to the amount. There is a psychological reason for the definiteness, which we'll describe in a subsequent chapter. Seventh, determine exactly what you intend to in return for the money. There is no such reality of something for nothing. And I write that on my intake form, and people are like, really? Oh, do you know what? I'm itchy. I don't even know why. So anyway, the third step is establish a definite date which you intend to possess the money you desire. So when we do the vision board challenge, we do a year out, but you've got to then take those actions. Like, anyway, come into the mastermind. So fourth, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you're ready or not, to put this plan into action. And that is so key. Like, I've given my one-page plan to you guys, and I've been living into my plan before I was even ready. I love it. Fifth, write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire. Name the limit for its acquisition and state what you intend to give in return for the money. Describe clearly the plan from which you intend to accumulate it. Notice it says a plan. I've got a one-page plan for your spiritual business. 6, read your written statement out loud. And I've not done this for a while, so this is what we'll be doing with you and my mastermind. Right. Read the written statement twice daily, once just before retiring at night and once after rising in the morning. As you read, see and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money. Cannot come into the mastermind and not do the mastermind principles, because that is how the thinking and growing rich works. Gosh, I nearly knocked something down. A powerful, and this is the journal to it, a powerful companion on your road to riches. I didn't make it up. That's just how it works. I'm going to do gratitude, and then I'm going to do a card for you, and then I'm going to hop off. All right. So thank you for those of you who've joined me for a while. And I know that some of you then message me and tell me that you've been watching me and you couldn't comment, but you can if you come over to the YouTube channel, okay? Or if you're on a desktop and it's not working, then go on a mobile, or vice versa. If you're watching on the replay, can you comment, like this, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it out? And if you're listening to the Audible version, come over and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. All right. Second to last thing, we're going to talk about the 7 freedoms and the way that the soul guided influences way of doing gratitude. So you can write this down or soul speak it out into existence. I prefer to soul speak it out into existence. I have Earl and dyslexia. When I write in my journal, I can't read it anyway, but it's the vibration that we're emitting. So the gratitude. And so I talk about this on the vision board challenge. So again, come to the vision board challenge and you'll get it. So 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board. Excuse me. If you have your vision board, and I teach you to create a digital one, so you're playing it every day as well as reading your statement, right? And so we express gratitude for the things that we already have in our life, the things that we've had in our life. So in the past, in the present, and in the predicted future on our vision board. And we express gratitude wherever we feel it. And so for the 7 freedoms for that spiritual business and life work balance. So the 7 Freedoms Intentional Living podcast. So every day we are expressing gratitude, whether we're journaling it, whether we're speaking it out, whether you want to feel it with me. I'm just going to intuitively just say what I'm grateful for, what I've been manifesting, etc. We're not ignoring this. We're not ignoring it. We're bridging that vibrational gap for the version of you now to the version that you want to be. That is just universal law. I didn't make it up. I've just created a framework for us to do it together. Okay. All right. Cheers to financial freedom. And so my goal and my vision is to support you in rising, and residing at the cheers to financial freedom frequency. So this is it. This is how we do it. So I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate the contribution freedom. So the cheers is C, contribution, H for health, E for emotions, E for environment, R for relationships, S for spirituality, and F for finances. So it's financial freedom. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that I'm able to contribute with the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. It was epic. And I had one of my students, one of my co-authors say, Iona, like no matter what, there wasn't lots of people showing up with me live. People are watching it and they're telling me that they're watching it. So shout out to you guys. You showed up like a rock star anyway. And I'm like, yeah, because that's what you do when you have that vision. I'm in vibrational alignment with it anyway. So I will just see like next year where I'm at, right? So I'm committed to taking the action in between. All right. I'm really grateful and appreciate that. All the people that joined me on that challenge, thank you. And all the people that are watching it and the replay, hundreds and thousands of people. I'm happy and grateful and I appreciate health. My health, being in tune with my hormones, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my emotions. Just being happy in general, just being happy. People always say to me they can feel my energy, and on the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge again, people are like, I can feel your energy, and I'm like, and they thank me, thank you for sharing. There's like, thank you for a shout out to you, Barbara, because I think you did this every single day. I really appreciate it, and just saying thank you to me for showing up with such energy and being so enthusiastic. So thank you as well, because you showed up every single day, every single live Q&A, every single one. That's beautiful, movement maker. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my environment. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that I now have the courage to do my walks daily, consistently, because it's not, it's been wet. So my godson's mum put the treadmill in the garage so we can all use it, and it'll be me using it. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that. And I had my headphones on, my laptop. I was doing my walk, and I've been looking at doing some Amazon ads and training on that. So it's really nice. I can do my walk and educate myself as well at the same time, get healthy. Lovely. All right. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate relationships that I would say being in alignment with my soulmate, being just an energetic match. And that's all I'm going to say, because I'll talk about it on the emotional relationship reading Friday. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate spirituality. Ooh, I'm happy and grateful for the knowing that we are energy, we are souls having a human experience. In fact, the energy of me listening to my guidance and getting on a call on Friday talking about spirituality and spiritual awakening with who will be one of my co-authors and I will feature on a podcast. The conversation was just, it was amazing. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my mastermind is coming in and signing up. And I've said this even when the mastermind wasn't open, and so it's open, and me getting ready for that is just, it's manifesting dreams come true that are manifesting now. Feels epic. So thank you for everyone who watches my videos, who is with me along for this ride. I really appreciate you. Let me share this card, the Keepers of the Light. And thank you for everybody that pulls cards for me. I really appreciate it. So this is Faith. Can you see that? And so from Keepers of the Light, it says, humanity and benevolence. Stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. Do you trust the good in others? It's a challenge sometimes, right? But trust, that's a reminder. So Faith is the archangel who is focused on bringing out our benevolence. She is the twin flame of Archangel Michael and is on a divine mission to help us recognize that humans are basically good and aligned with love. Just like her name, she's all about faith and trust. She reminds us that the world has taught us to believe that we are separate from love, and that we begin to see the good in others. That if we begin to see the good in others, that then we shall start to cultivate a loving experience of the world around us. Extended message. And you know what? I just realized that I intended to fast, but not for this long. And I'm fasting, and I need to break my fasting window. Okay. Extended message. Stay calm and breathe. You are welcome. You are a divine being of love who has done so much good in the world. You may be, this is for you, you may be going through personal transformations and feel that you're not getting anywhere. But Archangel Faith is drawing close to you to guide you beyond the limitations that your ego and fears have created for you. You may be trying to work out whom to trust. First, trust yourself. When you do this and recognize that you are made of love, you will attract those who reflect that love and energy and enjoy true friendships. And I added that actually, true friendships and loving relationships. Know the good is here to stay. I love that, seeing the good in all of us. Come and join me on the Vision Board Challenge. I do it live annually on the second week in December. I'm super excited. I will be sharing all that I've manifested. I will be sharing all that I've will be setting the intention to manifest, and I'll share how things have manifested, because it's not always in a straight line. Things are not always in a straight line. I have loved spending this time with you. I will see you for Freedom Monday. Share this out. Come and body up. Come to the monthly call. If you're a student of mine, come to the masterclass. And if you're a student of mine, or you want to be a student of mine, you want to go on this journey with me, then I will share with you on the masterclass how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high paying soul clients, so that you can have that spiritual business success that you want to have, living an intentional life, being in alignment. So chop, speak out, and serve deep. Here's to sharing your gifts, shining your light, be blessed in your soul purpose. Big love. Take care. I will see you on the next episode.